Hi, it's Ronnie, and welcome to Baby Got Scraps, a scrappy, inspirational YouTube and Instagram hop. And this is where we can use one 12 by 12 paper, and the rest has to be scraps or a smaller paper pad. And I am working on my grandson's album still. And the background I'm going to use that cardstock. It's pretty thin cardstock. It's color box. And I got the one out planning on using it, the partial, and I thought, well, I could use that, get a full one, since I am allowed one full one, to use as the background. And since I had two smaller pieces to put on there, I didn't gut it. I considered it, but I didn't gut it. And this stripe sticker I'm putting on there, I'm not going to use it. And I'm going to end up tearing the sticker when I take it off. I exchanged that purplish looking paper for this dark teal one because he does have dark teal in his tie, and I decided to bring those colors out. I wanted to do a little bit layering behind my photo, so I got that little piece of striped paper out, and I'm going to stretch that as far as it can go. And then I got the other one out because I really liked that notebook paper. But I ended up cutting it in half. Then I decided I don't want to use it anyway, and I ended up making my own. And my photo in the white and the dark teal, and rounding the corners on it, well, all of it, including the other piece of burgundy and dark teal. And because I thought I was going to use that notebook paper there, I made sure that the corner rounder that I used was the same size, which is 3/8. I went ahead and ran the dark teal piece, the big one, through my, well, it was a large Sizzix embossing folder that came with my Big Shot Plus when I got it, because I wanted to add some texture to my page. As you can see, my grandson's standing in front of CSIS, which stands for Center for Strategic and International Studies. And according to the internet, it says the CSIS Commission on Strengthening America's Health Security aims to chart a bold vision for the future of U.S. leadership in global health security at home and abroad. Now that was a mouthful. Anyway, he went there to be part of a think tank for a week to discuss things that they had been discussing in college and to brainstorm some ideas. When I first started pulling things for this layout, well, some I'm not going to use at all that's laying in that pile, but I wanted to use this one little puffy sticker, and it was burgundy, and it says right here, and I am going to use it. But I had to add the burgundy to it, so I started looking at ways that I could add the burgundy. But there it is. It's made it on the layout. It's not going to be quite where it's at right now. It's going to move over just a tiny bit. But it's on the layout, and it is going to stay. Just because right here, he went all the way there for that. And I got a chance to use that puffy sticker, too. The only puffy sticker that I used. That DC sticker, it was perfect, except it had a monument right there in the center, and when I went to cut it out, it was going to cut part of the darker trim on the DC. So I just went ahead and cut the whole trim off and replaced it with some cardstock that was the same color. And now it's been altered to be exactly what I wanted. I pulled these pink fresh stickers out, and I am going to use them. I had some Happy Life because I had a title figured out a week or two ago, and I was going to use those too. Well, the whole time I'm doing the layout, I couldn't remember what the title was, so it's just going to be Think Tank. I did use Think Tank on one of the other titles, but it was Think Tank Staples, so it was a little bit different. If I end up remembering what I wanted the little words for, little letters for, I might be able to just put them right there on the top, because I'm thinking it was something and then Think Tank. But still, I haven't remembered what it was. It went through my mind fleetingly when I was thinking of it, and I thought, oh, that'll be a great title. and didn't think of it again till I got ready to do the layout. And then, of course, I didn't think of it. And do y'all notice I have a new T-square ruler? Well, I had planned on waiting until after the first of the year to get one, but I happened to, well, I was going to put them in a cart for Amazon to get after the first of the year, a few things. And that one happened to be like half price for some reason. So I decided I was getting it right then rather than pay full price, which, you know, $3 is better than $5.99 or whatever. So yeah, I got it early, because they'll just send stuff right away. So I'm replacing my notebook pad thing, paper that's going behind there, and I'm ruffling up the edges so that it looks like it was actually ripped out of a notebook. And I thought about having it where he could actually do some journaling, but I figure he's never really going to do any journaling in here, and I do have a couple of spots for him to. And if he wants to journal, he's got that big white spot right there. So yeah, I just used it for layering. I am using these tickets as part of my layering, but I wanted to use that global looking thing. It's gray and it kind of blended in with everything. So I am going to end up putting some dark blue behind it and just kind of fussy cut around it. And you've seen those rads. I kept trying to use them. My goal through this whole album was to use them. The colors go fine, but then I don't use them. I don't know at this time if it's going to get used before I'm done with the album or not. I'm beginning to think not. Like I said earlier, I was going to stretch that pinstripe as far as it will go. So yeah, I've got it behind the photo, and it wasn't that big of a piece. And then I've got it between the two sheets of paper and also with a banner down there under the words Hank. So yeah, I think I stretched it about as far as it was going to go. And if y'all hadn't noticed it before, pinstripe is like one of my most favorite patterns to work with and to put on my layout. I just like the thin little stripe. I like bolder stripes too, but I like the pinstripe better. While I was digging out another scrap of that dark blue, I ran across that polka dot one. I thought, well, it's dark and it's kind of tone on tone because it has a lighter blue. And I thought it would go kind of with the colors of his actual clothes that he's got on his suit. So I decided to add it in a small dose to my layout because it is polka dots. But I think it's more mature of a polka dot than some that I could have put on this in this album since I started that I like. And I happened to think of my Rolodex punch before I even went behind those globes. So I decided I was going to go ahead and use it. And I thought maybe it'd be enough behind the globe that I wouldn't need to actually do a layer behind them. But the more I look at it, the more I decide, nope, I'm going to have to layer it. And I laid them down there a couple of times that they weren't stuck on there. And then I stuck them down. And then I'm going to, do the layer behind them. And each time I had to remind myself to look to see if they were right side up or upside down. And I thought about cutting out that day one and putting it on there, but it was kind of chopped up. So I really wasn't happy with it, so it didn't go on there. I guess I could have cut the day off of one of the others and maybe tried to salvage the one, but I didn't think of that at the time. If you look at the picture closely, you'll see a reflection of his friend. Well, you can't see her face really because it's right up there where the C is, but you can see her legs in her dress. But he liked her taking the photos with her phone better than his because he said they turned out better. Yeah, when I was talking to him on the phone, he said the reason there was more than one sometimes is because she texted him hers because it was a much better photo. It was also why he went from being doing selfies to her taking his photo. And while I'm thinking of it too, if you look down there below, there'll be links to everybody that's doing Baby Got Scraps today. And I mean, someone was coming up with awesome stuff to do with their scraps and how to stretch their scraps. So be sure to check them out and find lots and lots of inspiration down there. But that's my completed layout. And yeah, I'm enjoying this scrap thing. I like using scraps anyway. So yeah, I'm enjoying this whole month of scraps and actually concentrating on pulling them out. However, my background might have been a little bit different if I wasn't using scraps, because there was one sheet of paper I really wanted to use, but I would have had to cut up to get something to go really well with it. I would have had to cut up another 12 by 12. So I just said, nope, nope, I'm using scraps and figuring out a way to use the scraps. So that paper on the left was my first option, and then I had to figure out what to do on the right. And so I decided on the white. I couldn't find anything else that went any better. But if you leave a comment below, I'll get back with you. If you like the video and hit a thumbs up, I'd appreciate it. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, I'd love to have you subscribe. And those of you already are, thank you so much. But have a happy, scrappy week. Take care and stay safe. Bye.